right, can you hear me now? I hear my own echo, so that should mean you guys can hear me now. Great. That's what I was worried about happening. Technology. Technology. Gotta love it or not love it. All right. So you guys will be through my phone camera and audio. So I won't be able to run machines today because you won't be able to hear me. That means if I start the machines, but I'm mostly doing design work today. So what I had started to say when you guys couldn't hear me is I'm going to be mostly doing design work today. Definitely no machines now that audio is not going to work correctly. But I have my daughter's birthday next weekend and I haven't done her dress or shirt yet. So I'm going to be setting that up, designing that today, definitely. And then if for some reason I get through that quickly, maybe I'll set up like files for orders and stuff like that, but we'll see. I have an idea in my head for her birthday dress, but I have not set it up or made it or anything yet. I haven't done any of that. Kind of have, like I said, a mental idea, but that's it. Hey everyone, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Yes, birthday ones are fun. This one's towing on the side of copyright, so it's not something I'm going to list in my shop, but I'm going to go ahead and design it anyways today. Hi, Nairo. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Elaine, Tina, Agatha, Karen. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully this part works. I should be able to share my screen here. Go ahead and do that. All right. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Rosalind. Hey, everyone. So like everyone else jumping on, I'm not actually working today with machines, especially since I can't figure out how to get the audio. So I'm just I work today. My daughter's birthday next weekend. At least we'll set up the file today. Grab the dress. My All right. So it. Sorry, it's because I stepped away. It's because I stepped away from my phone. This is the dress though that I'm going to be doing the design on. Uh, and it's Minnie Mouse themed party like light pink, gold, and world signs. Uh, so I'm going to be putting something on this. I just bought this at Target. Well, ordered it from Target, I guess. I actually had to order it twice because I couldn't get it. I waited too long, and then they like it was out of stock in the size I needed, so I ordered a size like maybe she'll fit into it, and then like a couple days later it came back to the stock, so I ordered the actual correct size. I have two of them. I guess I've got two chances to make this work. So with that theme in mind, I'm going to be, like I said, putting together a Minnie Mouse inspired design for this top. I kind of have something mentally in mind, but I have not started at all yet. All right, let's go ahead and start though. I'm going to switch screens here. We're going to switch over to Embrilliance now. I use Embrilliance for mostly my text, I do not really use essentials. I'm so used to using Sew What Pro that I feel like I have better control there than I do in Embrilliance, and that's probably just my perception because I'm so used to doing it the other way. So we're gonna have to play around with what I'm gonna do. I do use, so like I said, the BX fonts, you can use that in the free mode. You use this little letter A up here for create letters, and then you can type in. I have thousands, and I literally thousands of fonts loaded in here, so it always takes forever to load when I open up the program. So what I have in mind is I think I'm going to do two across the front of it, like TWO, and like a script font. I don't know if I'm going to use the O or use maybe a mouse head for the O. Well, I'll have to play with that and see which way I like better. But right now I'm just going to do two. I'm going to go through and find an applique script font that I already have, hopefully. If not, I'll go buy one that I like that I can use. I'm going to try to find one that's nice and thick so it shows enough of the fabric to really show off the fabric. I'm going to try to use a floral fabric. I haven't picked that out yet either, so kind of starting from scratch today. I think I envision like a script applique font. I just don't know if they're going to be white enough to show enough of the fabric. So I might have to use more of a non-script. I have some from Applique Market. I do have alpha tricks through Embrilliance, so I can, Liz. So I can rename my BX fonts. So some of these you'll notice are renames from what they come in from the designer as. And then some of them I just leave them at their defaults. I have some from Applique Market, maybe. There's that option. I don't love it, but we'll leave it there. This is what I do when I try to find fonts. Sometimes I just like, I make one, I'm like, not sure. And I'll just leave it there and start a new letter object and just go and keep going down the list of fonts until, if I have a couple options, then I can always go back and delete the ones I don't want. I know I've got quite a few. And you'll notice I skip over some that are not my favorite. We have appliques that are applique. I know I have one from Embroidery Boutique. Script. That's definitely not. I also favorited a couple on Etsy that were just like the word to already pre-digitized in a script font that I liked. So I may just go and buy one of those if I don't like one of my own fonts. If you ever want to jump to where you're at on the fonts, you can just, like when you first open up the panel, you start typing the first couple letters, it'll jump you down to that area of the alphabet. I think I have one. Racin's not going to be what we're going for. And that's just a block font anyways. It's going to be, I know I have summer. I think I might have another one. Just that. Okay, that's kind of what I had in mind. Maybe. So let's see if there's anything else though. Oh, and here's the capital letters. Let's see what those look like. Maybe the capital T, but the lowercase W and O from that. I don't like that they're separated. It's kind of weird. Work. That's okay. It's probably not my favorite. Other ones do I have? I used to have them all renamed so they were all together, like all the applique fonts, but when I set up this new laptop and I wasn't able to pull the previous VX files off my old laptop, I have not spent the hours needed to do that yet. Because renaming fonts takes forever. It's tedious, boring font. Hi Val, welcome. So today we're just gonna be hanging out, working in Embroidery and Sew Up Pro, hopefully designing my daughter's birthday design dress for next weekend. She's gonna be 2. That's just a number set. That doesn't help me. It's an applique, but that's a very, whoa, very block font. Let's not do that. Stitchtopia. I might also have a design I can pull from. We'll look at that next too. Yes, Nancy. Do have to have Alpha Tricks though. It's an add-on, like a, I want to say it's like close to $100. I've had it for a long time, so just check these to make sure there's not something I like. These are some applique alley ones that are like bean stitch or blanket stitch. Not what I'm going for. Betty cakes. Bridgetown, that's probably not going to be, not what I'm going for. They're cute, but just not what I want. Buttercup. Some of these are too, like, I actually wanted to fill the dress. Yeah, Roseanne, it's worth it. It's just, it is a lot of time commitment. That's okay, even though it's not scripts that I was thinking of. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything I like. All right, should we go shopping then? Let's see, let me double check my applique market one because I thought I had something else from applique market. Check that list again. Oregon, that's the one we already did. It's like we're going shopping or pulling from a different design. Liz, pizza at noon is what the plan is for her birthday. We are actually going to have a party this year. We just had like very immediate family last year. But this year we kind of had it a little bit, a few more people, not a lot still, but a few more people this year. All right, so open this up and then I'll jump you guys in here with me. Sorry if it looks like I'm looking down. Oh, I have to have my phone up here so you guys can see me. Otherwise, if we were using my laptop camera, looking at my ugly unfinished ceiling. Okay, this is the first one I'm going to look at. I went ahead and logged in to their website, and I'll show you why in a minute, if I could find one. You can see, like, if I purchased it, it says purchased. That's why you always want to log in on their website first. We have this casual cursive. I have it in satin, bean, or zigzag. Open that one and save it. Sporty script. I envisioned something more script, so that's why I'm kind of skipping over a lot of these. Again, that's the one we already have set up that I knew I had. I thought I had another one. Guess not. Let's look at ballerina script. I use the ballerina font often, but I want to see what this applique looks like. The T. W. If I do that, I would probably use the T and the W, like a capital T, lowercase w, and maybe then the mouse head for the O, because I don't like the ballerina O. Liz, right? I wish Etsy did that. Absolutely. And I love when not every applique company does this, but that is a huge like plus bonus for me for the sites that do that. I definitely find myself going back to them more. So there's that one. That one's $8.40. Let's script. I'm going to jump over to this other one I have. Cursive. I picked the zigzag for that. No, Nancy. Please tell me you have that saved somewhere else. Sorry, just catching up. All right. Oh no, Mary. I know I've said this before. I can digitize. In fact, I actually digitized something yesterday. Customer wanted something very specific, and it's not like a logo, but it was like a specific medical icon. Yes. So I could not find it anywhere. I spent 3 times more time looking for it than just digitizing it myself. I don't love this one. This is a no. I do like the ballerina ones. I'm gonna keep that tab open while I move on elsewhere. I'm gonna look at creative appliques next. I'm gonna log in and then I'll bring you guys up on here with me. Fonts. Okay, bring you guys with. So fonts, this is creative appliques. I'm gonna go to just applique fonts and see what they have. Hey Angela, welcome. We are just setting up files today. They're helping me shop and spend my money. I'm actually trying to design my daughter's birthday dress, and I have like mentally that vision there, but do not have any of it going It's not something I can buy. It's something just totally custom off the top of my head. All right, need applique fonts, not like applique numbers. Cherry zigzag blanket bean. Yeah, zigzag's fine anyways. Yeah, they're gonna show me these. Ooh, I want some. Ooh, that Emily blanket one. Blanket stitch is not my favorite though. Let's see what that one looks like. The whole font. If I do go through all of them, applique fonts. Just fonts and not the numbers. Only you, Liz. Only you. One snack, please. Not loving any of these either. All right. I think I have one saved on Etsy. There's sweets. Let's look at that one. Is it me or these all like look the same? Like some of these have like little hearts on the letters, but that doesn't help me with the word two. So, okay. That's probably a no. Let's just search for two to see if she has anything designed with just the word. She does. Okay, look, there's my stitch out right there. Not the thought. It's kind of the thought I'm going for, but I don't want that style of letters. Yeah, I kind of like this, except I don't know that I want sketch because I want to use a floral fabric in it. And that's about it. All right. So that's a bust. My other go-to place is not here. One. Hi, Lisa. Congratulations on your new machine. Hi, Minerva. I have your email. I keep meaning to email you back. I haven't forgot. I just sick baby and lots of thoughts that I need to put into words on a computer and not at my phone. So I will get back to you. Yeah, I'm not loving these creative appliques ones. So see. I think I have a couple saved on Etsy. Let me pull those up real quick. I'll show you guys those. I've also probably saved about 100 other things since then, so I might have to search for them. Classic applique. Here we go. These are the ones I was thinking of. I might have one of these already. All right, I'll pull you guys up here. You can see them too. So there's this one on Sid and B. I've used a couple of their designs before. So on a design like this, I would just be using the T and the W. I would be getting rid of this strawberry because that's not our theme we're going with. But I do like it. I still don't know that's 100% what I have in mind. but there is this one too. And this is from, I think, the same shop. Just a little different style of lettering. My only concern with either of these is that I'm not going to view much of the fabric. Don't like those. I'm not going to be using most of the or seeing much of the fabric there, and that's kind of a concern. Because the print on the fabric that I found is kind of a bigger scale than I would have preferred, which I suppose there's ways around that. But Liz, to be honest, I might have this one. I could possibly have this one if I dig. That's the problem with buying on Etsy. I don't remember what I have and what I don't. Means I need to go look, but let's see, what else? Did I save anything else before we move on? I favorite all the things on Etsy, and then going back through them is, oh, here, let me show you guys this one. This is so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm actually, this is our actual theme, like the invite we use. So it's kind of that like pastel, watercolor, floral, a real pale pink, and then gold. And then for those of you that just came in, this is the dress it's going to go on. It's like a little tutu dress. It has stars instead of dots or flowers, but I think it's still, it was one of those close enough. Yeah, I'll go back to the strawberry one. So this is like the design that we're matching. So I want something script. I want it to say TWO in a script font. Michelle, yeah, that's, I don't even want to know how many times I bought the same design over again and didn't even know it. Like if I could get that money back, that'd be great. So here's the strawberry one again, Nancy. I like that one probably best so far, but I feel like I could get that in a font that I already have. So none of the fonts I had were that script. Yeah, yeah. Or bought it on their website because they don't have like the warning. I love sites that have the warnings. All right, so this is definitely a favorite. We'll just go ahead and, ooh, I got a thank you coupon from them because I bought before. Have y'all saw that before? Where it says it like automatically loads if they send you a thank you coupon. I noticed that a couple weeks ago with another shop. Why don't I digitize exactly what I want? I'm not really comfortable doing fonts. I can do some basic designs, but fonts, I don't know. It honestly kind of looks like ballerina a little bit. Let's see if it says. I'm sure it doesn't. No. I just wish it was like a wider, where we could see more of the fabric, because we're not going to be able to see the fabric I had in mind in that, which I could just use a different fabric. It's not a big deal, but you know how when you get something stuck in your head, you want to work it out that way. All right, so that's definitely probably top of the, you can see I've already got other stuff from their shop in my cart. That's how I save stuff sometimes. I don't favorite it. I just end up adding it to my cart. Let's see what else we got. Search Etsy real quick. that I find that are pre-made type designs are like block, which would show more of the font, more of the fabric, but I want scripts. Okay, who else are my go-to applique places that have fonts? Old version of Ballerina. It's just Stitch is no longer. Got my other go-to embroidery boutique. Maybe I'll look there real quick before we buy that one. I have most of their fonts, but just in case. Log in and then I'll bring you guys in. I have not checked Stitchtopia. See, I forget about other places when I'm trying to think of them. Okay, so here's fonts, applique alphabets. See if we can find anything. I don't think that Frisky Jam will work. Thinking. I don't think this is showing. Oh, there's the summer one. That's the one I already have that we looked at. Roseanne, yeah. No, I've never accidentally bought a couple $100 worth of things. I kind of wonder if maybe some people like when they buy stuff, um, if they like and they never include their personalization details. I wonder if like end customers do that too. Like you could try to get a hold of them and never can get a hold of them. I've got to order like that right now. Okay. Okay, alphabets. There we go. Yeah, Liz, I didn't start a Pinterest board, but I did start a separate like board on Etsy because where I ended up buying most of the stuff for it. There's Aurora. I think that's what I'm looking for. I'll try it. No. I don't want a monogram, obviously, so I'm skipping through some of these pretty fast. Yeah, I know. Designs by Juju has some of the itch to stitch ones. Just, I don't think they're all loaded yet, for one, and two, I'm just not. I was very saddened by that decision. I understand why they did it, but they don't have much. Let's see what this Zoe one looks like, but I feel like these all look the same. All right, so I'm gonna go back and buy the one on Etsy, I guess. The Sit and Be one. We'll at least play with that one. And if I end up not liking it, we've got some others that I already own that I could use. I'm gonna buy that right now. Thanks, Mary. Being on PayPal. downloads. I gotta wait for the downloads to load. Oh my goodness, Liz, that's... I remember you talking about the American Girl theme. That would be so cute. I'm gonna save this on my hard drive. Since I had to restart a lot of this. Oops, we forgot it. Sorry, Liz. Already checked out. I've been saving my designs in a different way since I've re-downloaded everything with this new hard drive. I've been saving them like in files by the designer this time to see if I like that better instead of like by... a lot of them were saved by like holiday, like this type of holiday, birthday, and then subdivided into things. And it was hard to find something, like to find if I'd purchased something before, which is probably how I got myself into, did I buy that or not? So I'm trying this out to see if that helps with the duplicating purchases. All right. And head back to my computer screen. I pulled in the 6x10 version. Here in this is Sew Up Pro. Because I want that TNW as large as I can get them. I keep the default hoop size here as it's basically just shy of an 8x8. They do have the 9x8 Mighty Hoop, but I'm just going to keep it as this. I know if it fits in this, it's going to fit within the Mighty Hoop that way. Rotate it. That's not your rotate. This is your rotate. I'm going to delete that strawberry out. So what I'm doing is over here in the right side, I'm going to select multiple of these by holding down Control. There we go. And then I'm just going to hit, now that I've got everything I want to delete selected, I'm just going to hit delete on my keyboard. Yeah, there's definitely value in saving them each of those ways, but I'm going to try the by designer. I'd heard other people do that before, and I was like, that doesn't make sense, because if, I want something Christmas, I just want to go look at all my Christmas ones all together. But now, just so many files, the amount of files I have, that might actually be too big. Let's see, because I've kind of run out of room to put something in place of the O. Maybe let's scratch that one. Let's not save that. Let's go and let's pull in the 5x7 version. See, that is way too small. You're not going to see the fabric at all. Oh, exactly what I'm worried about. Of knowing a non-script. I can see it already. We'll just resize this one. So on Sew Up Pro to resize, it's like a little blue box. Hover over it, it says resize. Personal preference, personal opinion. I like how Sew Up Pro resizes over Embrilliance. Just a personal preference. I do not like this top bean stitch, this white bean stitch or yellow, just so you guys can see the difference. I don't like that over my satin stitching, so I'm just going to delete that out right away. So we're left with this. Again, I don't love it because I'm not going to be able to see any of my fabric. So I'm going to actually pull that 6x10 one back in. I should have just left it up. And I might have to resize this down, but I think I'll still be happier with it. All right, let's do that. Get rid of that top bean stitch. I am going to have, like I said, have to reset down a little bit. So I'm going to a percentage of the original. So it's not you decrease it by 20%, you type in 20. You, if you want to decrease it by 20%, then you want it 80% of the original. See how that looks a little bit, you get more of the fabric showing in like places like the top of this tee than I would if scammers than if I was using that 5x7. And I could still make this a little bit bigger if I have room once I get something over here. I said I'm probably going to be merging in a Minnie Mouse head. Like I said, we're towing on copyright today, but it's not something I'm going to sell, so great. Which of the Minnie Mouse heads or bows do I want? Oh, Cindy, you do embroidery because of you're not sure about applique. Applique is very similar. It's the same concept, just multiple steps, and you got to trim your fabric. Oh, good luck, Nairo, on those. Nancy, fighting with your printer again. Okay, do I want? Don't want to help me decide on the Minnie Mouse too? I think I know which one I'm just gonna go with this one because I think that I like this one best. I just hope it's a digitizer I've never used before. So there's that. But it looks good from pictures, good reviews. Gonna go with it. Oh, you're fine. You're fine, Liz. I actually caught that one, so. All right, I'm just gonna buy this design on Etsy real quick and then I'll pull it in. Maybe I'll just do the T and the W in maybe a gold glitter, and then I can do the mini head in the flat, like florally fabric. I'll have to play with that and see how that looks. Yeah, I'm gonna have Sorry. I kicked myself out. Dang buttons on the phone. All right. See, that's when it's nice that I had that my computer screen up too, because otherwise I've been like, what happened? All right. So back to where we were. I'm just downloading this design from Etsy. I said, hopefully. I am not a bot. I was not trying to kick myself out. I need to add some more people as mods, and I guess I'll do that after the live. But now, because I'll kick myself out. Not that again. Ooh, they almost like did too much on the satin stitch there. I was throwing the wrenches at myself, apparently. So on Sew It Pro, you can adjust your stitch density and pull compensation. I don't, to be honest, I very rarely say this, but I think that the pull comp on this one's just a little bit too much. So right here on the screen, this is right here. This is your density adjustment. And they've actually put some wording in here to kind of explain it a little bit better here lately. But the good and the bad thing is, and you can always click restore defaults, it remembers what you used last time. So it's +2. So I've actually, from a visual standpoint, like thickened the satin stitch the last time I've used it. But I'm actually wanting to make that a little bit thinner this time. So I'm going to make it a negative number. Yes, Liz, you'll have to share your snacks. So I don't know if you saw that. Here, let me do it again. But if you watch the satin stitch here, wrong button, it kind of visually just shrinks it just a little bit without shrinking the whole design. After all this, I don't like this mini head. So let me look somewhere else real quick. I know I have some, because who doesn't? But I don't know if I have them saved. So I think I want something more simplified, so that way I can use the floral fabric through the whole one. I didn't think that through. Let me go also look. Liz, you gotta share, or you won't get a snack next time. No, Nancy, what are you gonna do with her? Email address. It's not my phone. Baby, make sure she's still sleeping. Yes. autism mouse head, a spiral one. Face. Oh, I'm looking at designs I bought back in 2012. All right. Applique with character. Put down. All right. Oh, what I'm looking for. Sorry for the echo. I guess I clicked something that unmuted myself on here. Well, that's fun. I can't get into that. I had an issue with an old email and I had to finally shut it down. And I thought I had like 99.99% of all my accounts switched over, but apparently I just found another one that did not. Appliques with characters are a good place if you're looking for inspired designs. Oh yeah, Nancy, that sounds familiar. Our Tickle Me Elmo magically does not work anymore either. But there's reasons. Yeah, it's turned off and she hasn't figured out that things turn off yet. So we'll safe with that. All right, I need a plain mouse head with a cute bow. Worst part about this is I know I have one. I just don't have it saved. I'm just gonna buy a new one today. That's cute. Very Ashley, keep going. Keep going. All the distractions. These first page. I think I'm going to obviously could do that. Probably just buy something like this that already has like a 2 in it, even though I'm not going to use the 2. Oh no, Mary. I dread the day she learns that. Hi, Juana. Welcome. She's gonna figure it out one of these days. So I'm enjoying it while she does not know that there is an off switch to things. Right, so this one I could do multiple fabrics in the bow. I don't want that though. I guess I don't have to. It's $4. For design I know I already have. Buy that one. gonna buy that one real quick. Michelle, taking batteries out of things also work really well too. That's usually my method of, if it doesn't have an off switch, that's usually what happens. Don't, my daughter has plenty of electronic toys, but my preference is non-electronic toys. Then, you know, grandmas and Christmas. Let's go ahead and save that one to my hard drive real quick. I need to hurry because she's probably going to be waking up in the next half hour. Got a 4x4 one. Okay. Big satin stitch too. What is with these people? I'll stop too, I guess. Like I said, normally a thick satin stitch is not a big deal, but decrease that a little bit. Change my hoop size, the Mighty Hoop one. So it gives it just a little bit more width since it's a 9-inch. And I can always use my fast frames if that doesn't fit in this shirt. Much do you reduce the applique and still get a good stitch? 4x4 I wouldn't reduce a lot. It's pretty compact anyways. Probably 10 to 20% is what most people say. I push the limit on that frequently, to be honest. That's going to overlap with the W just a little bit, and I think that's probably okay. I'm going to also do another no-no. I'm going to stretch this a little bit. Doesn't need to be perfectly circular. So what I'm going to do just quickly is I'm going to select the numbers of the ones I want to change the color of. I'm just doing this for my own, like, so I can keep things straight on what's what. I'm just going to use that as a gold color just for myself. And then, right, got the mini head. That's probably going to be a pale pink. Well, it's going to be a bright pink because it's a pale pink shirt. Let's do that in a bright pink. I want it to stand out a little bit at least. Great. You guys are going to get to see all the Sew What Pro stuff. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I want to merge that all into one step. I could angle it a little bit to avoid the overlap. I'm just going to delete off the satin stitch on the W that overlaps. Get rid of that problem. So like I want 6, 8, and 10 all to stitch together, and then I want 7, 9, and 11 to all stitch together. There's 2 different ways. Well, there's probably more than 2 ways. There's 2 ways that I use to do this. I'll show you one of them. So I have the one selected that I want. I don't have to do that for this version of it. I'm going to go to edit and order threads, and it gives you, you can like scroll down. So 6 and 7, I want all of these to be step 6 and 7. I'm going to change 8 to 6, not to 7, 6, and 7. I'm going to click OK. And then now they're all 6 and 7. So the bow in probably gold as well, right? We can't do light pink because we're doing this on a light pink background. Probably have that gold too, I'm guessing. It's fine. For the satin stitch for around the mini head, I'm going to decrease the pull comp on that so it's not quite so thick, just so it matches the font a little bit better. Hi, Zoa. Angela, I would say no. That's still their work. That toes a line that I'm not willing to cross. Again, for those just joining us, this is not something that's going in my shop. This is just something for my daughter's birthday outfit. Going to, I don't have that lined up. That's better. And then I want, okay, I need to keep those in the right order so they stitch better. Yeah, Z, we actually went and bought a strawberry 2 designs to get the T and the W like that because I couldn't find a font that I liked. And then took the strawberry out to do our own design. So again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Edit, order threads. I'm going to combine all 3 of these last steps into one. Actually, you know what? I'll show you a different way to do this. If you want them all to be connected a different way, I mean, the final product comes out the same. I'm going to select all 3 of these and change the color so they're all the same. Let's see, I like that honey just for gold. 9, 10, and 11. And then you go to edit, join threads. And then I change it to this bottom option down here because you don't want to do all adjacent threads of the same color. I'm going to join all of them of the same color starting at 9. And then that put all of those together. The benefit that, one of the benefits that I like to Embroidery or Sew Up Pro over Embrilliance is I can go ahead and set my thread colors how I want them to show up on my machine, and they show up correctly on my machine. When I do this in Embrilliance, I could not have the placement, tack down, and satin 1, 2, and 3 all in the same color because Embrilliance would combine those into one step. Sew Up Pro does not do that, and I think it's just because I am so used to that. Like, that drives me crazy. I wish I could turn that off in Brilliance, but I can't. So that's actually one of the many reasons I stick with Sew Up Pro instead. So this way, when I take this over my machine, it's already going to know that the thread colors. I don't have to manually set it on my 10 needles. Now my 6 needle, it's old enough, it doesn't like really recognize it. So I have to. All right, so the other thing I'm going to do is I like to do all of my fabric placements and trimming first. So I'm just going to manually move some of these steps around. And that's why I went ahead and changed the colors so I could see it a little bit easier. Because right now how we have it, we're going to do tack down, placement, satin, then move on to the mouse. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to, what I do is I click the one I want to move and I hold shift down, the shift key. And I use a PC, by the way, not a Mac. And I'm just going to rearrange them how I want them. Great. So what it's going to do is, and you can, there's also a stitch simulator you can do. I just like to click through them. So placement, tack down, placement, tack down, placement, tack down. Then we go back and do the set. Now, this is where Embrilliance probably is a better option for this exact piece of this, but there's a way around that with Sew It Pro. So you can see how the satin's going to overlap here. And especially since I rearranged it, that satin around the end of the W there would be over top of your fabric. So we do not want that. So I'm going to use the cut tool that's in here. That's what they call it, cutting toolbar. I'm going to click up that up here on the toolbar. To just select point. Some people use the eraser. I don't have as good a luck being exact with that. But I like to just use the select points. What I'm going to do is do this. I'm going to scroll in here so I can see what I'm doing. To scroll on here with a mouse, you click Control and then just like scroll up with the part of your mouse. And I can see overlap. So what I'm going to do is just select and doing that with just that satin one outline. So that's the only step I'm cutting on. I'm not cutting on any of the other steps. And I got that. I want to remove it. So I go to cut pattern up here on the toolbar, and I want to remove what's inside what I just selected. There you go. Now your tack down and placement are still going to be there. That's one of the bad parts. But yeah. Then when you're done with this, you do want to click close. Otherwise, if I start clicking again, it's still thinking I'm wanting to cut stuff. So close. We don't want to cut anything else. Roll out. Yeah, Nancy, I know that Embrilliance does that. The problem is then I have to manually go in and either have to use a random one on my machine or manually assign it when I get to the end, or like manually assign it when I'm setting up the design and the beginning screens. To me, for my brain, this is so much cleaner than how Embrilliance does it. Like I said, I wish there was just a way to turn that off. That would just solve my problem I have with it. And I'm sure I'm one of the few that has that problem with it. And it's honestly because I've been using Sew It Pro so long and I'm so stuck in my way of doing it this way. So, all right, let's do that. All right. Text above this, I want to put "Oh Toodles, I'm 2." Not sure. I'm gonna try it in both like the ballerina font and then like a Disney font. I'm gonna probably set it up in both and see how I like it. So let's jump back. I'm gonna jump you guys back over to Embrilliance with me. This is why I end up using both. Window, Brilliance. There we go. All our twos that we were working for. I'm just gonna click. I click on them and just click delete. Last one. Oh. Ballerina fonts. I'm going to use the one from the Itch to Stitch because I know it has a 3/4 inch. Okay, obviously I need to mess with spacing on that. I'm just looking at letters right now. I'm going to go ahead and type the same thing and use font too. It's probably going to set it up in both, and then I'm probably going to pull it in and see how it looks with that too. That we just took an hour to set up. Or like, yeah, probably not. live for over an hour. So when I'm working with BX fonts, one thing I do differently that I see a lot of people do is over here in your properties tab, there's 3 options right here. There's the curved text over here on the right. There's the single line text, which technically we are doing a single line of text. So we could use this. The problem is I don't like these options right here. I don't like them. Again, I'm set in my ways. I use the multi-line text because I like how I have a little bit more adjustment, or it just feels like I do anyways. You know, like you have your that. Now, obviously you don't need line spacing if you're not doing multiple lines of text, but I like how it has the word spacing, so I can like space out my words manually. This font does not have apostrophes. I'm going to delete that out. I'm going to space my letters maybe a little bit more in. Words I think are fine. I'm going to set it on a line so I can keep things lined up. I'm going to move. You can move into in here by just clicking on the letter and then clicking the center. It's a green box, so that just moves the individual letter. But if you click the little, it's like a downward green arrow there on a specific letter, it moves that letter and everything after it. So like this, kind of nestles it under the top of that T and toodles a little bit. I'm just going to steal an apostrophe from another font. Which fonts have. So I just kind of go straight to them and what kind of matches what. Let's work with this top ballerina script though. It definitely needs a lot more working, a lot more adjustment. Like the kerning on it is not done very well. Let's see if a different ballerina font works better. Not really. So this is the exact same font, but from Creative Appliques. It does have an apostrophe though, but I don't like it. I'm gonna go back to the other one. And reduce my spacing. Now, with doing that, it's kind of a common thing to have to adjust manually a lot. Oh, I just kind of do, trying to get it close, and then I'm going to have to go in, and some of them I'm going to have to separate out, and some of them I'm going to have to move in closer. I wish some of these places did a little bit better with their kerning on these, so that wasn't as much of an issue. Here's that lovely O from the ballerina script that I don't like. They're connecting. Going to copy that same apostrophe and just carry it over. I change the color of that so they don't get saved in the same step. And Katrina, right now I'm in the Express or free and Brilliance just to set up using the X files, so I don't have to set up the letters manually. I actually have more versions of Brilliance than just that, but I'm only using tools from that right now. But so what Pro in just a moment. I'm going to save these real quick, and then now I just saved them as a PES file. I want to be able to come back in and adjust these in Brilliance. I try to remember to click Save As, Stitch, and Working. That saves it as an Brilliance file that you can open back up in Brilliance and just click into, and then like change your font, change the spacing, things like that again. But let's go over to Please waking up, so we're gonna have to hurry. Share. We made those a little small, actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to delete one of them out for now. Uh-oh, can you guys still hear me? Sorry, I was getting a phone call. I wasn't sure if that messed with my audio. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. Increase the size on this. I probably just need to go back to Embroidery and use this bigger font, but stitch font, which means I can resize it with pretty good things to still work. So, okay. That. Let's change the coloring on that. Probably to just a bright pink again. Colors, I guess. Okay, I kind of like that. Just for purposes of, I want to see how that other one's going to look. It back in. Let's see how that one looks. Now this one is for many, many years. You're not going to be able to, you can buy the exact same font and from other places, but this is not a font you'll be able to go purchase anymore. It probably doesn't as well resize. We'll try. Now, which one do you guys like better? The wall, or do you guys like the script? I like that the script matches. Then I kind of like that makes sense. Preference. I kind of like them both. I don't think I'm going to do her name on this. I think I'm going to just do it just as is. I think I'm going to put it. Letter for. Go grab that. Gold. I would have to use gold each. I have. All right. So, across the room. So this is. Let me actually see. This is what I think I'm going to use in the T and the bow, right? Yeah. The part that I'm worried about is size of the. But I think if I just do it just right, like kind of fussy cut, what they call it, the mouse head, I think I can get plenty of that like pink and darker pinks floral in there. In the mouse head, and it's going to be outlined in like more of a pink to match this here, like a more of a brighter pink. I like them both. I don't know which one I'm going to end up going with. Tough decisions. Why to what I did there? I'm so hard to it's your own kid. Like, it's so much easier if I'm designing for someone else. I'm like, here's your option. But eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm probably just going to leave this up on my computer and think about it for a while. Blakely is officially awake now. Little Miss, soon to be birthday girl. So I'm going to have to get off and go get her. So I just want to say thank you guys for joining me today. I will be sure to post the finished product when it's done. I knew I wouldn't get to stitching it today anyways, because like you can see this takes forever. Especially when I have a vision and I have to go piece it together. So I will see you guys next time. I hope this was helpful to someone. Hopefully if you follow along later, you get a little bit out of the Sew What Pro tutorial. I know I need to do one like in depth like this, except recorded and like detailed. But thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I will see you guys next time.